If you are preparing for IELTS reading, this video will be very useful for you because it is based on my real July 2019 IELTS experience. And I will also share with you a 58-page preparation book, which was not free for me, but it will be free for you because I really want to give you something special and valuable. IELTS reading comprises 4 to 5 texts. The first one will be very easy and the last one will be quite difficult. My first text was about dog owners and about what rules they have to follow in some particular city. It was about kinds of punishment that is applied for violations and about different kinds of other things which are regulated by local authorities. And my last text was about the supersonic Concorde aircraft, what it was like from the point of view of passengers, why it is no longer used, and about some technical details and legal situations which arose in course of its operation. I would also give you several tips that would help you in IELTS reading. And first one is, do not read the whole text because it doesn't make any sense. In 95% of the situations, according to the research, after you read a couple of sentences, you can easily find the answer. So what you do is you read the first question and then you read text sentence by sentence and until you find the first answer. That's very easy. The most important tip regarding IELTS reading is that you have to underline the key words in tasks and in text. So while you are reading text, start underlining the main words that you think are important. And later when you return to the text, it will be easy for you to find the necessary information because you underline the most important words. According to opinion of many test takers which I spoke to, underlining the main keywords is very critical and it's really helpful. Another important tip is that you have to be fast because there is not too much time. Depending on how many texts you have, 3, 4 or 5, you should set a time limit for answering questions for each text. Otherwise you will fail. I saw a girl sitting next to me during the test and there was like only 5 minutes left and she was still reading the third text out of 5, not even fourth. So, I mean, why should you waste your time and money and fail IELTS? You have to be efficient. You should also keep in mind that most of the time the answers to questions are evident. But if they're not obvious, you don't have to stop and think about one question for too long. Instead of doing that, you have to return to this question later, after 5-10 minutes. And according to what I know and what I heard from other test takers, that the chances of you giving the correct answer to that questions are much higher because your brain had some time to think about it. The most difficult set of questions in IELTS reading is the one when you have to choose between true, false or not given. It is very tricky. If the fact matches the reading, then it is true. If the fact in some way contradicts the information in the reading, then it is false. And if the fact is not mentioned in the reading, then you have to choose not given. In such cases, do not use your own knowledge. For example, if the question contains the statement like cats can't fly, do not say that it's false right away because we all know that in reality cats can't fly. But in case of IELTS reading, you have to consider only that is written in the text and your answers should be only based on what is written in the text. When it comes to matching information, you should be very careful and read the task. You may be allowed to use any letter more than once from the matching box, and you have to be aware of that because if you do not notice that you can use any letter more than once, you will fail. Also, in matching tasks, there are usually more choices than needed. So, what you have to do is first you have to read the part of the text, and only after you read it and get the main idea of this part of the text, you have to take a look at the choices and find the most appropriate one. And this is the only sequence of action, because if you start looking at the matching box first and then look for the necessary paragraph to match it, you will definitely fail, because there are usually more answers than needed. And guys, I would also like to tell you that IELTS reading is all about logic. And it's very difficult to be logical when you are nervous. So you have to calm down, and the best way to do that is to think about something that makes you happy. Do that before the test, and according to my experience, the level of stress will decrease and you will be more focused on answers and you will succeed. And also, do not forget to download your free 58-page preparation book for IELTS reading, which was not free for me. I paid for it. Doesn't matter how much, but I still paid for it. And you can simply download it for free and you don't have to pay for it. Thank you for watching and good luck.